So Ben, lots of panels and discussions the last day plus here at Beat Retreat about a lot of targeting conversations, a lot of data conversations, what equals advanced television, addressable television, a lot going on in the reaching customers and doing it in more targeted and segmentable ways.
Yep.
What do you think? What's your reactions to the conversation?
I mean, the personal reaction. I mean, it's an exciting time to, there's a lot of really cool stuff going on out there. And it's no longer science fiction. It's real. It's there. No one's figured it out yet. I mean, it's a journey. I think that everybody, all the different constituents that were here, the technology providers, the sell side, the buy side, the marketers, brings everybody in a kind of eclectic view of everything that's going on. I think it's been great. Great for me to understand what's going on, what other people are doing, ideas that I can apply.
Yeah. You mentioned earlier the idea that you're using as many partners as you ever have in the work that you do. Talk about that more. What are the variety of partners that has that as long of a list as it's ever been?
I mean, I think the skill set, back in the day was we had, a very small group of partners who did everything. Well, I had one agency that did all my, when I was, on the agency side, one agency did all the media. Now we have, just us. We have, a programmatic partner. We have a couple social partners. We have, a DMP partner. So, all that list we have, we're working through some different dynamic creative partners. We have, so people like that are just making, it makes it more, I get more complex, but more, we feel like we get a wider range of contemporary expertise.
Yeah. For a mass brand like you guys, you talked earlier about the need to really focus on creative. Mm-hmm. Maybe expand on that a little more. Just how important is the ability to get to a place where you can personalize and customize messages?
Yeah, I mean, we have to figure out. I mean, I think technology and the ability to deliver messages has probably gone a little bit quicker than the ability to create relevant content. So we have to figure out ways to, whether it be new, innovative ways to make content, whether it be tapping into our partners. I mean, we have great partners, and they've evolved just like the marketplace has. But how do we look at different ways to create? How do we look at even that includes media owners? How do we have media owners create content for us now where we never did before? It means consumers. Like we never used to rely on the consumers. That used to be a one-way conversation. We used to tell you what you should know about us, and now it needs to be a two-way conversation. Those that still focus on one-way conversations are probably not delivering, a lot of engagement or advocacy amongst the consumers. Yeah. So it's exciting.
So you guys have a really famous campaign at this point that's been going on for, I think, is it 18 years now?
18 years, yeah.
Yeah, so the Priceless campaign that is really about experiences and doing that across screens.
Yep.
How do you measure the effectiveness of that campaign beyond just a reach and frequency? I'm sure there's more to it than that.
Sure. I mean, there's a lot of ways. So, I mean, we're trying to drive, our overall marketing objectives we will continue to need to have, a strong brand, and we're going to continue to drive business. We're a public company. We need to continue to drive business results. And we've been, knock on wood, we've been really successful at that. So within that, we look at things like, we look at the short term. We look at, the ability to engage. We put in metrics in place. We have some tests going on in some geographies where we're doing, real-time marketing so that we can prove to our customers that we're providing more value than their current marketing efforts. We're also doing things, around understanding long-term value, right? So understanding a customer. We know that a consumer who has more experience with us not only loves us more, which makes sense, but also they're a more valuable customer. Yeah. So then the challenge there is how do you take that, that kernel of information and you sit there and say, well, how do I make that, how do I make that scalable? The juggling act between scale and, targetability is something that we have to kind of, it's sort of the fulcrum that we have to kind of juggle, and we're working on various ways to do that.